All right, can we start?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's start off.
Get ready, Dad.
Oh, good.
This is what you wanted, right?
Ready for the Seth Meyers and only one.
I'm assuming the explosions are going way longer now.
Well, let's see.
Oh, I wish. Nope.
Same amount.
Same one.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast. Snow Day edition. It's a Snow Day edition. So we're supposed to be recording Great Day.
Yeah.
We might actually record it tomorrow. It is Sunday. It is a crazy storm has hammering the East Coast. Yorm and I, who live on the East Coast, have managed to work our way to podcast studios just through like driving sleet.
I'm not at a podcast studio. I'm at my friend Jake's house. There's like 4 kids downstairs screaming and playing Mario
That's great,
Kart.
Yorm. I was doing a bit, and I was going to eventually get to the fact that Andy couldn't make it.
Yeah, because of the snow.
You look like you're in a studio, though, Seth. You look.
Yeah, well,
profesh.
I'm actually in my office because it's better podcasting. But at least Andy gave us 30 minutes warning that he couldn't do it.
For me, it was less because I just checked the chain.
Wait, so Seth, so you still traveled from your apartment to your studio, even though it's a Sunday?
I was coming in from north of the city. I abandoned my family to come here. I was supposed to come back Monday morning, and then I started panicking that I was not going to make it back because as of this minute, we are going to tape tomorrow. And I was just worried I was not going to make it back to the city to do my late night show.
Do you guys remember like early days of SNL? Like there was a blizzard our second or third year. Well, I can't remember what it was, but like, but people were like cross country skiing in Times Square, and that was like one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I remember the only show which I was worried was going to happen for SNL last night. It did not happen for SNL last night, but when Paul Giamatti hosted, which was before your time, the weather was so bad that the after party was just in 30 Rock. They
That's incredible.
like a conference room where they just had like bad wine and beer.
that's such a fucking drag.
Which is also like Giamatti's the perfect host to have that happen too.
1,000%.
Just like the saddest after party. Like somebody would write a movie about him hosting SNL.
Yeah, and that's what it...
Yeah.
Wait, the storm right now, is it supposed to get worse?
It is supposed to get worse. It's supposed to basically go all day. It's pretty white out conditions.
It looks like there's about 8 inches down today.
But I think the roads are going to get worse tomorrow because it's going to stay cold and everything's going to freeze.
Yeah.
So there's worry that like your audience doesn't show up?
I think people in New York are going to be fine. I just think that if you were out of the city, getting into the city will be hard.
Yeah.
Got it.
We walked over here, and my 5-year-old daughter did not enjoy like block 7 of getting over here.
I'm sure.
But things must be pretty harrowing in LA as well, Keeve, if Andy couldn't make it.
You know what? Their family's been passing around a little bit of a cold of some sort, and so there's a lot of chaos right now.
Now, don't you feel bad, Seth? You fucking dick.
Yeah, I also have a cold.
That's fair. Seth, how often did you come into our office at SNL and Andy was on the couch feeling a little under the weather?
I would say passing around a cold is what I would say. Outside of making really funny songs, that is what The Lonely Island did.
Yeah, the three of us, just the same cold. Just by the time the first guy was good again, he would just get it.
They would say like, "What is it like working with The Lonely Island?" And I'm always like, "Well, one of them's always a little sick." And they were like, "Oh no, I meant the music." I'm like, "Oh yeah, the music too." Sure.
There was a small room.
So because Great Day is a short that we're proud of, and it's one of our main ones in our minds, criterion in our minds, we can't do it without Andy. Is what is what our text thread was talking about, and we agree. But what is this podcast if we are just always? Like, Andy is going to go shoot a movie soon. This is public information.
Hey, you know what? I shot a movie too. So, what we fucking...
Yorm, you have to stop jumping in.
You passed the
just
baton.
Derailing. We all know.
You did miss a fair amount of episodes during it.
Exactly.
And Andy will too. But,
Well, these are, I guess, the test episodes.
How many Q's and A's can we do,
Well, that's the question.
Yeah.
We can also... Well, let me start with a Q for you, Keeve.
Yeah.
How do you think Yorm and I did without you guys?
Solo dolo.
Oh, well, I really enjoyed it because, again, I guess every time one of us misses it, we kind of get the experience of what somebody might like about this, which is that it's just hanging out for an hour. And when I'm in the car alone, it's way less lonely to feel like, oh, I'm hanging out.
Hey, somebody made this comment because Yorm and I each accidentally called the other one Keeve at some point during the last podcast.
I appreciated that.
And someone did suggest that the next time Yorm and I I do an episode together. It's called Two Keeves episode.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just you're the guy apparently, Keith.
There was not a lot that I felt like to follow up on, except for there was one moment, Jorm, where you were just telling a story about your life, and you were saying that one of your kids, like, to find interesting music on Spotify or whatever, you just throw out 2 words, and he said "mama's gun."
Yes.
And that was how you found something. But
I don't know why he said that. That's a fucking crazy 2 words to put together.
But that's a very famous Erykah Badu album. I think it's her second album.
Oh, Mama's Gun. You're right. You're right. But
I
he didn't know that album.
I was shocked that Apple Music or Spotify or whatever you're using over there didn't immediately play Erykah Badu.
But maybe it does song first rather than album. Like, does song take preference over album?
Like, when I type in Mama's Gun into Google, it's the only thing that comes up. The critically acclaimed second studio album by neo-soul singer Erykah Badu.
It is crazy that I didn't think of that or mention it, because it is, yes, like 100% it should be that. And I don't know why that came up. And I don't know why he said it. He was just yelling out words. I don't know. And they were not a huge band at the time.
A music thing should just immediately play Erykah Badu.
Spotify, work on it. Let's not prioritize Mama's Gun, the song, over Erykah Badu.
Guys, speaking of Spotify, I got my award.
I got my little award too. I feel like I forgot to read what mine said.
What's so interesting about what Spotify sent us is that the award itself is substantial. Like, they made real awards that they probably gave to real people, and then they had extras and went, what if we give some more away as goofs?
And we got goof awards. What does yours say, Keith?
The Eternal Optimist. But I think, when you get your end of the year Spotify wrapped email, and it kind of labels what kind of a listener you are. I'm sure this is one of the labels people, if they listen to like upbeat music, can get this label. So I think they just assigned one of the labels.
I gotta say, Keith, this is the only Eternal Optimist award you're ever gonna get.
Yeah, it's not fitting of my personality. It makes me think they don't actually listen. Or it's sarcastic?
I feel like the award I should have received from Spotify is the Age Gap Award, when all you listen to is stuff that's like 50 years apart. So it's like K-pop and like Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, you're just doing the 70s and the 2020s.
Yeah. There was a lot of, we did mention it, Jorm. A lot of our listeners were enthusiastic about the idea of an episode called Oops, All Jorm.
You know what?
People were mad that Jeff basically...
I got shut down. I got shut down by Jeff. I think Jeff just knew better. Like, let's not do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Jeff knows that the loudest people who leave comments maybe aren't the best reflection of our total listener base.
Yeah, and the 2%.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Connor is our service member who asked for a message from Andy, and I said Andy didn't have shit to say to Connor. Obviously, I do want to hammer home that was me doing a bit.
Oh, did some people misunderstand?
I was
know.
worried about it when we were doing it.
But I want Connor to know that he's not out of our heart. We're still thinking about him, and eventually Andy is going to be on the pod, and we'll probably have something nice to say.
1,000%. And I want to say congratulations on your eventual nuptials, Connor and lady.
You're hoping. They're not engaged. If you listen to your own episode, you'd realize
they're not engaged.
That you guys had misspoke.
Well, Connor, time to pop the question, Connor.
I like that Jorm has a good memory for stuff that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, you should have already asked her, Connor. And
why are people? I didn't listen to. I don't tend to listen to these with ads. Jorm, a lot of people had words about your chime ad. What did you do on the chime?
You know
ad?
what? I was saying this to Akiva because
he was very sexual. It was ASMR. It was very deep voice, and it was very smooth.
But
it was
the best part about it, but the best part about it was then the quantifier came on at the end. The little like super fast talk. What do you call this? Disclaimer.
It seemed like a disclaimer from a female voice. That's none of us. That was at like 4 times speed. So Jorm had taken his really sweet time talking about whatever that product was, and then at the very end, so like everything he just said is a lie. Do not listen to this guy at all. He is a fucking idiot. Like it was the polar opposite of him.
It was very funny
to discount everything Jorm had said.
So it was a lady chipmunk. It was one of the lady chipmunks.
Yeah, exactly. Stephanie.
Somebody said that Hot Rod was in their family's top 5 movies, and one of the movies was Knight's Tale, which I've never seen, the Heath Ledger movie.
Oh yeah, of course. With what was her name? Shannon
Sossamon or something.
Yeah. Knight's Tale. Yeah.
But I feel like having now watched the trailer might be a perfect movie for my boys.
Yes.
You know, I have a list in my notes of like family movie night.
Yeah.
And this has been on it for like 4 years and gets shot. I go, all right, is it E.T.? Is it like I give a list each time of what we can watch, and then people have to choose something when it's family movie. And this one, they haven't chosen yet, but I remember liking it when it came out. I remember seeing it in what year? 2001, is that it?
Yeah.
And I remember liking it. So I've been trying to revisit it ever since.
I love that you watched that in 2001. That's like right when we were fucking around making shit.
I think like me and Matt watched it at our house.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Alan Tudyk, Mark Eddy, like some real friendly faces. Paul Bettany.
This might be totally wrong and I'll get clowned in the comments, but I seem to remember it was doing a thing where it had modern
it does.
songs. But that felt fresh.
Right.
In that like interesting, combination of it's like medieval times with pop songs.
Well, it's like, I mean, and it's a nice payoff. The only reason my boys like Led Zeppelin is because of Thor. Like that was their gateway.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Have you shown them School of Rock?
Yeah, recently.
Is it the same Led Zeppelin song in both that they sing in the van?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I don't think so. The great thing about School of Rock is it ends with just that like long musical performance while they're rolling credits.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you so happy.
And it's an AC/DC song, and that they sing all the time now. They love it.
That's an AC/DC song? The very last one is?
That way, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Oh, I was thinking of, we were stuck in the dumb days.
If we had had more than 30 minutes warning that we weren't going to do Great Day, then I would suggest we would choose a movie like A Knight's Tale or a pilot like NYPD Blue or I watched the Moonlighting pilot a few years ago. Like that would be a perfect one to talk, and we just choose something and we just make that we're a rewatch podcast for something.
But one of us gets to choose, you know what I mean? Like it floats around.
Yeah.
I love it. But again, this is good, Keev, because I think that our listeners just love being behind the curtain and finding out how we talk about. I think they like knowing we never talk about this podcast outside the podcast.
Yes, and we barely talk to each other outside of the podcast.
We got to get it in now.
Oh, gosh. I have it. It's in my office, which is not next to my podcast studio. But I did a show in Charlotte, North Carolina on a Friday night. Was supposed to do a show in Durham where I was going to see Emily Spivey for a drink afterwards.
Oh.
Yes.
Saw her sister in Charlotte, but then that show got snowed out, so I had to come back.
Wait, what's her sister like? Is her sister exactly like Spivey?
Yeah, and she's the best. And also, she listens to this podcast, and she said her favorite thing about the podcast is when we talk, we say nice things about Emily, which made me so happy.
That's nice.
Yeah. But a cousin of mine, distant cousin, who I've maybe only seen like 3 or 4 times, but he Quaid armied me when he came in, and he brought he made a T-shirt that's a black T-shirt that has Quado coming out of it. So it looks like Quado's coming out of a black void on your shirt. And it's, even he said it's bad. It's a bad shirt.
Yeah, well, Quado is bad to look at.
Quado's bad to look at. I did talk about our Quado challenge coin that I was given, and can report back that I mentioned how cool it was, and I think there's a chance you guys are going to get your own.
I'm so jealous. If that's
great.
a real thing, I'm very psyched on that.
2 more things, and then we have some voice
When we
notes.
have dinner, Seth, if we get our challenge coins, I'm definitely going to keep mine, and you better fucking have it out or you're paying for a round of drinks.
Do you think there's that part of what's maybe unique about this podcast is that it's 4 very, very close friends who really don't communicate very often outside the podcast because we're so busy. So you really don't miss anything when you're, as an audience member, you're not missing things in between, really.
Yes.
You're really just living your life, and we're all living our lives, and then we're all coming together again to kind of catch up.
It's like a virtual world where like nothing has happened when you turn it off.
Yeah, exactly. Things have happened individually, just like they've happened with you.
We haven't moved the ball forward even an inch since you last heard from us.
You've done things in your life. You've gone to work and hung out with friends or family and done what you've done. And we've all done that too, separately.
Yeah. No
and then we
judgment.
all come back together.
We all come back, and it's good I wanted to, I actually think it was such a hard spelling bee today. I do think there's a good chance that's why Andy bailed on us.
Oh, well, let's
that's
at
the
least text
reason.
him for a spelling bee update.
Yeah.
We'll text right now.
All right, will you text him and say also that's my accusation?
What makes it good, like a hard B? Is it like a lot of Q's in it?
No, a Q would make it easier. It's like letters because it's always when it's like 100 words, not when it's like 8.
I did send you guys this week that I got solid again on one of them. Yeah.
Oh, we talked about how I should be the Spider-Man with teeth in the Spiderverse movie.
Is it happening? Is that happening?
No, but there's a couple of choices. Can you guys Google image this for me? Mm-hmm. Rec Rap, REK-RAP. And that's a Spider-Man with teeth. from the actual Spider-Man universe.
Okay. Oh yeah, he definitely has teeth. Look at this one.
Yeah,
right
that's
here.
Rec Rap.
yeah.
And I guess
Look at
he's like so that's like
He's quite large, very muscular for a Spider-Man.
that's a problem. So yeah, my voice might not be great. It does seem like you want a deeper voice for Rec Rap. Also, Rec Rap is Parker backwards, so that's like an alternate universe. But again, we're into the Spiderverse, so it's perfect. Doppelganger, will you look up Doppelganger in the Spider-Man
I
universe?
think you'd be a great Rec Rap.
Also, Doppelganger, I can't believe I missed this. If I was Doppelganger in both SNL Digital Short and Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he's got like Venom teeth. He's scary.
I don't think you should
there's
play
a
that
lot
guy.
of a lot of people said Venom is a Spider-Man with teeth, but we all know Venom's not Spider-Man. Come on, guys.
No, he's in the Spider-Man world.
I wish Venom had been called that. I think it would have done much better as a movie.
Spider-Man with teeth. If it was Venom, Spider-Man with teeth as the subtitle, that would have played way better.
I would have been there in a heartbeat.
We could have Ruben directed that. We could have Ruben send in a voice note about if they ever considered calling it that.
Last one, Keith.
Yeah.
Venom, Earth, 8294.
8294.
This is Eddie Parker. So that's like if Venom was Spider-Man.
That's a Venom Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so thank you for 3 of our listeners knew a Spider-Man with teeth. It's pretty nice. I have one Q&A and then we'll listen to some listener questions.
Wait, I got one question, Seth. Did
Please.
people like the episode with you and me, or did they fucking hate it?
I think we did okay, Yorm.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
we held serve.
You know, you go fishing, sometimes you catch a fish.
You said it. A question for the next Q&A. In photos of the read-throughs, there's always an impressive spread of snacks on the table at SNL. Do people actually eat those during the read-through, or is it frowned upon? Is there a hierarchy to who can eat which snacks?
I feel like we should get like 6 ex-cast members on here and do an entire episode on the table read snacks.
Yeah.
Go snack by snack.
I mean,
It'll mostly be talking about watching the guacamole go from green to brown throughout the table. That's how you know when the read is over.
if a sketch late goes good, the guacamole turns green again. It like
Yeah. When it goes brown, they will cut off the table read no matter
If it
what
goes
sketch is
fully
being
brown.
read if it goes brown. They're like, oh, it's over.
But yeah, I will say that there were little sandwiches that I would. I think I just said sandwiches, and that was an accident. There were little
but that's right.
sandwiches.
Sorry, that was an
No,
accident.
I thought that you were being cute because they were little.
Nope, I just stumbled and then heard
It
myself, and I
sounded
wanted to
perfect.
correct.
No,
Yeah.
don't correct that. It sounded like they are little.
sandwiches.
So they're sandwiches.
But I have my little sandwiches that I would just stress eat during the table read. Now, I will say it's not a hierarchy, but there's a bit of a logistical issue for the Keeves and the Yorms of the world that we're not sitting at the actual table because the writers sort of sat in like church seating behind.
Yeah, you're like second row or
we had
third
the couch.
row.
We had the couch in the back.
Yeah. It would have been insane if Yorma mid-table read had stood up, reached over, and grabbed a sandwich. That would have
You'd
been...
have to reach over a cast member's head or between
Yeah.
two. It would be weird.
I would have done that if we had had a sketch that was doing so badly that what's the point? I think that would have been a good bit to like slowly walk over during the sketch and have a sandwich.
I do remember being hungry and watching you guys snack and feeling like, oh, I want one of those carrot sticks.
Nothing about it was... You were never happy that you ate the table read sandwiches, I can tell you that. And then, of course, I would say the most iconic thing that's happening during the table read is that Lorne Michaels is just slowly eating the largest plate of edamame.
Oh, right.
Is it always edamame?
Yeah.
He likes edamame and popcorn.
I wonder what year that got. Do you think that was 1975? Edamame was around that much?
That's a great question.
I wonder what year the edamame got added.
I bet it's like early 90s,
Yeah, that sounds
you
right.
know, when all of a sudden... like
It's when Nobu. Just look up when Nobu opened.
When Nobu opened, Lauren went there, had edamame, and then the next day...
What's
Yes.
this?
Exactly.
It's like the new popcorn. It's like the new green popcorn.
Do you think Shoemaker would know that answer, Seth? I'm so curious if we're right. That is
Okay.
such a good guess that De Niro and Nobu opened the first one, and exactly what you said happened, Seth.
All right, question for the pod, writing shoe.
Just like that he got more protein.
Best guess. This is now, I mean, the content we have for our listeners right now, just fantastic. Anybody who thought this had to be about shorts every week.
It could be about what year? Wait, what, Seth, is that website now, app, phone thing where you can bet on anything?
Oh, right. Kalshi or something?
There's like 2 really famous ones.
Yeah.
But we should probably put what year did Lauren start eating edamame and then start getting the over-unders.
Wait, I said best guess to Lauren. When did Nobu open? Have you Googled that?
No.
Wait, so can you propose anything to bet on then? And then,
I think you kind of can.
oh man, I might lose my whole life doing that.
All right, but I just have an answer. Ready for what Shu said?
Yeah.
Yes.
93.
But he's not connecting it to it.
I just said question for the pod. When did Lauren start eating edamame at the table? Best guess. I said early 90s, so I'm pretty...
Yeah. So the original Nobu opened in September 94. So now say...
Are you sure? Do you want to revise your answer based on this information?
Say, let him know that, and then see if he changes it.
I also like that I just wrote randomly to Ruben Fleischer, did you ever consider renaming Venom Spider-Man?
For no reason, did not give him context.
Yeah, just like
why.
I haven't texted him in like a year.
All right, well, you're going to
And
get
just like, hey, what's up, man?
You're going to get a very candid answer because he doesn't know it's public.
I had to sign it Yorm just in case it's the wrong number.
So the original Matsuhisa, which is Nobu's last name and is a restaurant in LA, that was before Nobu opened. This was his first one, and it's still there. It opened in 87.
Ooh.
And you know it was the hottest restaurant in LA, so you know Lauren had gone.
Yeah.
You think he could have got in?
Yeah, I think so. 87? 87? Yeah, he's in there.
Support comes from Willie's. Oh, man. Keeve, we used to wake up hungover, worrying about what happened last night.
Yep, it still happens occasionally.
Yeah, but like back in the day when we were really getting after it in our SNL days, we weren't lucky enough to have Willie's THC-infused social tonic.
No, that would have been illegal.
It would have been illegal, but now, thanks to laws that have been passed, you can unwind after a long day and you can socialize without alcohol. You can get creative, all thanks to Willie's. It's a premium THC-infused social tonic crafted by the legendary, guess which Willie? Do you know which Willie it is?
I know which one it is, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Who did you think, Willie Mays? What was going to be your guess? Willie Mays?
Willie Mays Hayes from Major League.
Yeah.
Willie's is a premium THC-infused social tonic crafted by the legendary Willie Nelson, inspired by Willie's way of living where peace flows freely and hangovers are a thing of the past. It's a low-calorie, low-sugar alcohol alternative that actually works, delivering a fast-acting, euphoric social buzz without the regrets that come with alcohol. Willie's sold out 3 times in the first 6 months with over 50,000 happy customers, and they just restocked. Willie's ships directly to your doorstep in over 40 states. Order now at drinkwillies.com and use code ISLAND for 20% off your first order and free shipping on orders over $95 and enjoy life in the high country. Support comes from Shopify. Hey, Keeve.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy. 2026, that's the year we're going to launch our business being Lonely Island t-shirts. We're really excited about it. We've gotten a lot of great ideas from our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. And me and you are going to head this up.
Yeah, mostly due to a complete lack of confidence in our other 2 co-hosts. But Shopify, that's going to more than make up for the absence of Yorm and Andy, because Shopify is going to transform us into entrepreneurs. It is one powerful tool that puts your future firmly in your hands. Starting a business with Shopify, maybe you've got an idea that you can't shake, a craft everyone tells you to sell, a store you've already designed in your head. With Shopify, 2026 is when you finally make it happen. 2 burrito brained to winter soldier. You'd wear that, right, Keeve?
I genuinely would, and I'm excited to see various designs hopefully coming in soon.
And with Shopify, it's going to give us all the tools to easily build our dream store. We're going to choose from hundreds of beautiful templates we can customize to match our brand. Setup is fast with Shopify's built-in AI tools that write product descriptions and headlines and help you edit product photos. As you grow, Shopify grows with you. What's that? Last week we sold 2 t-shirts and this week 5. Thanks, Shopify. Handle more orders, expand to new markets, and do it all from the same dashboard. In 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Lonely Island. Go to shopify.com/Lonely Island. That's shopify.com/Lonely Island. Hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side. In case you're wondering why I'm pausing, Keeve, it's because they're going to put in cha-ching sound effects.
Oh, sweet. Andy replied. He said, I bailed.
Don't say it until the end.
Oh, okay, guys. So once again, go on to the gambling app and put in your bets now for, so you heard me say bailed. You know he bailed, but how many short was he? How many had he not gotten? Everybody.
He blamed himself for being sick.
Yeah. No one could argue.
Still working.
One could argue it's because I'm sick is what he said.
Yeah. So he's so much better than me, and I feel like I'm still like 20 away. So even a sick Andy crushes me. Jeff.
Okay, so we know it's under 20.
Jeff, I got a question, Jeff. When can we just make T-shirts, Jeff? Can we just start making T-shirts that we can sell, Jeff?
Every time you talk about T-shirts and
This is a question for Yorm. I've been asking him several times to send me a design.
Yeah, we talked about this several times this week.
Knowing that we're not going to make any money off the shirts, past his prologue, I feel like we should have more than one design, because I feel like the fun of the Lonely Island shirt store is that, there's just shirts that like maybe 3 total listeners buy.
Can't we just do a revenue share with designers and just have it be open?
No.
And anybody that designs one?
Instead of making one design, I'm going to make 5 designs.
Because I feel like some designer who's listening right now who makes a great shirt can earn the money on that shirt. That's fine.
Oh.
Keith, we get so many designs in the email, so you're just encouraging more people to send in more designs.
Well, but the question is there a website that sells shirts that would make it easy to revenue share where it doesn't become like a headache for whoever's doing it?
Oh, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Write in your comments, guys. Hit us in the titties on that.
I'll take 90.
And again, here's the exciting thing, everybody. No conversation about T-shirts will take place between podcast recordings. No work will be done. The next time we talk about it will be the next time anybody talks about
We can promise you that.
We can promise you that. No. This is no shade on any of the nominees. All of whom are great. Plemons, robbed.
Yeah. Because Emma got a nom, right?
Emma got a nom, deservedly so. Plemons, I'm just going to say it, top 3 favorite actors right now working today.
Yeah. And he's so good in it. It's amazing.
And then what do you think of him personally? Like when you've hung out with him, are you like, fuck, this guy is cool?
I've never met him.
Top favorite. If you ask me about like actual people, he might be my favorite actor in Hollywood today.
Wow.
But he's saying personally when he comes and sits on your...
And Oliphant. Sorry. Just trying to worry about who might be
when
listening.
When he sits on your couch, though, snore, right?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Adore him. I'll tell you, I have a great... Jesse Plemons, every time he comes on, tells me how much his grandmother's a big fan of mine. And then he also told a story about how she has a shrine. She has like a little antique shop, and she has a shrine to Jesse.
Oh.
And obviously, he's done some really cool things. But the funny thing he said, I think he was on an episode of Grey's Anatomy where he had some like weird like face disease where like he just is barely recognizable as Jesse Plemons, and she just has like a still of that blown up and framed, which is like really funny. Anyway, Wally had an idea. He goes, hey, we should sign his cue card, the intro to Jesse, and send it to his grandmother for her shrine.
Yeah.
And by the way, then Wally's like, I'll get the cue card. And so Wally brings me the cue card. Wally's also signed it. I'm like, okay, Wally. So Wally and I send this signed cue card. And then Jesse Plemons' grandmother writes the nicest note, like puts in a picture of the cue card on the wall and just writes the sweetest note. And it's just so lovely when a person comes on your show and talks about how their grandmother's super nice, and then immediately the grandmother proves that they're not inflating that at all.
That is
really...
where is he from?
Texas.
Got it. He's a real Friday Night Lights.
He's a real
local casting.
Real deal. Now I don't respect his acting as much.
Oh, because you like
he was just being himself.
Yeah, I mean that's fucking cheating.
That's what you do every night, Seth.
That's true. Look, by the way, nobody is impressed with my acting. Where were we? I don't even know. Hey, why don't we listen to a voice note?
Hi guys, it's Edie from Baltimore again.
Hey.
Sorry it's been so long. My mom and I are both burrito-brained and we keep forgetting. I have 2 questions. How old were you when you knew you wanted to be on SNL? I was 7 when I knew I wanted to be a writer, and 8 when I wanted to be in the sketches. Also, who's your favorite recent host? Mine is Ariana Grande because she's friends with Bowen, and I love my best friend's house. It's so surprising and gross, and it reminds me of digital shorts because it's musical and funny too. Okay, hope you have a great day. Bye!
Amazing.
I loved it.
Once again, just amazing.
Thank you, Edie.
Seth, was it always your dream? Andy's talked about that it was always his thing since he discovered it after wrestling, tuning in for wrestling, and it wasn't a wrestling Saturday, and discovering SNL as a kid. Probably around the same age as her.
It was my favorite thing by far. When I go back to my childhood home where my parents still live, my bedroom has so much SNL stuff. Like there was a 25th anniversary book that came out that my parents got for me. Like it was a thing. I would get SNL stuff for Christmas. I don't know if it was like, I think it was like too big to consider it a dream. But one of the coolest things is when I went back for my 10-year high school reunion, I think I'd been on the show for a year. And the amount of people at my reunion were like, I knew it. And it was just like, oh, that's so great. Like you had a far higher estimation of me than I did.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. I put that in that same category. There's no way that I thought SNL was a possibility in my life. And
I wouldn't have dared to dream, but we did love it.
Oh, taking my son around the hallways recently on like a Sunday and just showing him stuff and it's still being like, I can't believe I worked here. I can't believe that we made any kind of impression at this show while working here. Like, I'm still surprised I was even able to audition for the show. So it was never on my radar as a possibility at all. But loved it growing up, absolutely. And my era of like Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, that was what my introduction really.
I remember thinking when they had reached out to ask for an audition tape, the very fact that they had given me their mailing address felt like a total triumph.
It's like a coup.
A very public mailing address. Of course, it's like 30 Rock and whatever the zip code was.
The floor is.
I was like, 17th floor.
Oh, I better print well on this envelope.
So.
Keeve, did you ever, there's no fucking way, right?
No. But like was obsessed with it from the moment I realized it existed. I don't know how old that was.
No, I remember sneaking into, because Akiva had his parents had a lock on their TV. So I remember being over at his house, Akiva sneaking up the stairs, stealing the key. Oh my God, we're going to get in so much trouble. And, okay, your mom is going to be so fucking pissed when she hears this.
Here's the story,
and turning it on and watching SNL with you and being like, oh my God.
What do you mean a lock on your TV?
Yeah, this is very
It was
Bay
only
Area
for a
here.
year or two it wasn't all the time. It was only for a couple years where she was trying different ways to get us to watch less TV. And like one of the things you could find and buy was a TV lock. And I think it was a extension cord for the TV that had like a little box over the part where it would connect the power. So, you would have to unlock a teeny little plastic box and then you could plug in the TV essentially.
In my mind, it looked like a kryptonite lock, like key. I don't know if it was, but
yeah, I think the key was that kind of circular little lock. Yeah.
I can't believe I remember that. I remember so little, but I remember that.
It only happened in our house for like a year maybe or something. Like, it's another one of those things you kind of try and go, no, this doesn't really work.
It made watching TV better though. You were like, yeah, fuck
You're like,
yeah.
I unlocked it. You had to work for it.
It's so funny that all those years ago was the same problems parents have with their kids now, which is like, how do you just get them to look at
it's
stuff
like locking the phone and you're like, and those kids are like, and then I just knew the password that my parents had put because I watched them do it once and then I would unlock my own phone.
Recent hosts, I will just say that I know it's already happened a few other times, but that first time I saw that Nate Bargatze George Washington sketch, I was so jealous of it.
Oh, I love it.
In like the best way of like, oh man, this is perfect.
And I can't believe they have a second one that's sort of equally good.
Yeah, it's great. I went up, I rarely do this, but I went up to Mikey and Streeter's office once I heard they wrote it to just tell them like, I had to like get on the elevator and come up here to say like it was perfect. And the great thing, which I'm sure they've talked about at length at this point, was it didn't really do that great at dress. Like it was, I kind of thought
It was on the bubble.
And I was like, this must have been a home run from the minute you did it at the table. They were like, no, everything was a little bit off and dress was the first time we clicked.
Wow.
So just goes to show you.
Seth, again, I was going to say the exact same thing. It was Nate Bargatze for me, and I love that particular sketch, and I've showed it to so many people, and I also love that one is one that you can show to anyone from any country in the world, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's funny.
And kids.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like that way that Nate Bargatze is good all the time, you can show it to kids.
It's hard to do kind comedy and still be funny, and he's that guy.
He's figured it out.
Keeve hates him, and Andy hates him.
Andy hates
me
him.
and Seth, big fans.
I prefer my comedy a little bit more tweaked.
So demented.
I feel like by the way, I think this is like 7 pods in a row I haven't been on with Andy.
And I'm telling
bad
you,
do you
he's
miss
about to
him?
be shooting a movie and it's only going to get worse. I don't know what's happening here.
I think everybody's looking forward to Keeve, Yorm, and Seth talk about the moonlighting pilot.
But also, Edie, thank you for sending that voice note. It was lovely, and I hope we answered correctly.
What do we got next, Jeff? Do you have another voice note?
Hey, Lonely Island. This one's mostly for Akiva, a little bit for Andy, but I just showed my daughter the Chip and Dale movie, and I'll let you, she'll say what she thinks in a second. But I wonder why you guys never bring that up, and I would love to have a full episode just breaking that down because it was super fun, and Andy was great in it, and bring Mulaney in too to talk about his experience. And this is what my 5-year-old thought of the movie. What'd you think of the Chip and Dale movie?
I loved it.
There you go.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
That was great.
Yeah, we could talk about it later when we get up to it.
It's just, will.
I feel like we don't talk about the really recent stuff that just predated starting the podcast because we're not up to that.
We're just, we're going in order.
You gotta wait.
But thank you guys for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I have plenty I can talk about if we, I'm sure we'd all have to like almost rewatch it and then we could do an episode where I can talk about the good parts and the challenges.
Ooh,
the things I'm not as happy with.
Ooh, look at that. That's a real tease there.
Not the eternal optimist, I guess.
Wow. All right, great. What do we got next?
Hello, gentlemen. This is Edwin Allen Richards IV, longtime Quaid, first-time Qualler, and I have a question that has plagued me for about 20 years now. Back in the day, you all created a short called The Backseatsman. And in this short, everybody seems to have the same point of interest, and that is 56th and Lennox. And I just am here to ask you, what was at 56th and Lennox? It has plagued me for 20 plus years, as I previously stated. I lose sleep over it at night. My girlfriend is sick of me tossing and turning and sweating in the night, wondering what the hell was at 56th and Lennox. If you could answer that, that would be really awesome. Also, Andy, I think your character work with the Backseatsman was some of your most actualized and creative and deep character work truly that you've ever done. So I wonder if there's maybe any chance of a revival of that character, maybe a movie, maybe a spin-off series. Yeah, that would just be great. Also, follow-up question, in Awesometown at the very beginning, were you guys actually dancing with your moms? Were those your real moms? I don't know. Hit me in the tit me. Let me know.
This guy had two good ones.
Thanks. Love the pod. You guys are great. Sweet. Later.
Okay. The one thing we can answer is about our moms, and those were me and Akiva's real moms, right? And then Andy had a fake mom, I believe, is the joke. And Awesometown.
God, I'm barely remembering.
I just remember that I had wanted to do a bit at the beginning of Awesometown where our moms come out. It was going to be all our real moms. And then somebody in the audience was going to say, hey, everybody, check out those moms. And then all of the audience was going to start chanting, moms, 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 moms. And then we were going to be like, why is everyone so excited about moms? Like, we were just like, what, why? And then somebody was going to be like, we're all orphans. Yeah, we're all orphans. And everyone was going to be really excited because they were orphans. We didn't do it. Ugh, spilled milk. But Backseatsman, I don't want to be blamed for that at all. I mean, that is entirely out of Andy's brain.
So I wonder if we should even bother addressing this one or just redo it with Andy. Even if it's on the episode with Great Day, be like, before we start, we had a Q&A that is, because Andy and Chester really were the creative people. It's one of the shorts we made before we even made like Awesometown. It's like one of the, like around when we were doing like Kablamo and stuff, like 2002. When we were just making little shorts around the house.
But it is pretty much entirely Andy and Chester, right?
And it was an Andy Chester joint. I mean, I definitely remember helping shoot and edit, but it was not, I don't think I can answer.
We can do that. But where do you think this gentleman saw the Backseatsman?
It would just be on our YouTube channel, but since then, I didn't even know it was still on YouTube, but I'm sure it's right there from 2002.
Well, that's good. Then people could use this time to go and watch the Backseatsman.
No, but here's the thing. We can bet on this. So my guess is 56 and Lennox, it's Andy and Chester. My guess is that it is a reference to some sort of hip-hop album, and somebody like Nas mentions 56 and Lennox or something like that. That's my guess. Keeve?
That's a great guess. And Chester's from New York, and they also met at NYU and were in New York a lot. So yes, but it does sound like, because Lennox is not in Manhattan, right?
Well, 56 and Lex would makes more.
Yeah, but
more
Len
sense,
at 56 Len. So maybe it's made up, or maybe is that in?
Look it up, guys.
Let's put it on Kalshi. Let's put it on Kalshi and see what comes up.
Look up lyrics 56. So far, the questions have been not for us as much, or you can't talk about it in the future.
All right. Do we have another question? Jeff?
Hey, this is Rachel in Tampa. I don't really have anything great to add, but I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoy your podcast. I'm just a little old Jewish grandmother, but I'm a big fan. Keep it up.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was so nice.
Can't ask for much more than that right there.
Yeah.
We've got some pretty good grandmas on this podcast.
I think you
so
added
far
plenty
today.
I think you added a lot, honestly, to my day and to this pod.
That was great.
Rivaling Jesse Plemons' mom so far.
Yeah.
I mean, what a just nice time that was to have her drop in.
Kept it nice and short.
Yeah. Didn't overstay her welcome. I also, really wasn't like sometimes people are like, I don't have much to say. And then they ask like 3 questions. She really stuck with her premise.
Yeah. She just wanted to share a little. So Yorm, hold on. There is a 56 in Lennox that just looks like east of Prospect Park, kind of near how do you say Utica Ave? How do you pronounce that? Utica.
Yeah, I was going to guess that it was
And
right
which
there.
street is is the 27 a freeway? Or is it just a big street?
Dude, I'm just like I am in the Bay Area where I'm like, 580? Is that a fucking thing? Like, I know I get on the BQ.
So, yeah, Clarkson Ave and Utica. By NYC, King City, the hospital.
How about this? I'll go there. I'll tell you what it's like and why they probably... You know what I mean? I think that's the only way to solve this.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Like, there's a Popeye chicken there that they used to go to. Actually, you know what? It would probably be Round Table if it's Chester because he was big into Round Table.
I'm pretty sorry. Oh, yeah. So a couple of things. Dale was in the New York Times Mini.
Oh, yeah. As in Chippendale, as in Andy's character from Chippendale. So
yep.
we can chalk that up as another.
Nagiri was in the Spelling Bee, and somebody thought that could be a illusion.
I don't think we can claim Nagiri
Well,
at this
I do.
point.
I got a Q&A from my audience. Somebody said in my Q&A, they said, hey, I have a question. Is Sushi Glory Hole based on a restaurant the Lonely Island went to? And
no.
It took a long time because it seemed like a genuine question. I was like, yeah, no. It would be so much less impressive if you guys...
You're like, yeah, no, that happened.
No, we went to it.
It's a real thing.
We went to one that had that.
By the way, I like that song so much. And then when I was thinking about if we ever made an album, would you ever want that as the title? And then nope, no thank you.
Have either of your kids seen Zootopia 2 yet? Have we asked?
Yes,
they just saw it last weekend.
We watched it as a family.
Okay, great.
And I saw 28 years later Bone Patrol instead, or whatever it's called.
Bone Patrol.
It's not called. I know it's not called Bone Patrol, but it's something like
Bone Patrol.
It's something like that.
No, I love that one, Bone Patrol. It's with, Sean William Scott and.
Oh my God! Wife sent me out to the video store to rent Bone Temple. I came home with Bone Patrol. Let's just say pretty awkward at the slumber party.
I mean, we watched it, but
there's a bunch of ski bunnies on the slopes, and they
Do
go
not
into
watch Bone Patrol with
an
the
old
kids.
Civil War burial ground. They're skiing over it. And
by the way,
haunted.
You guys are making up random shit here, but it's very similar to what actually happens.
All right, here's the thing, though. So, can I Google Maps real quick? I'm just going to show you
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to show you 56 in Lennox. Check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
See the sign? Lennox.
Yeah.
56.
Didn't allow me to go there, huh? You just wanted me to.
It's just houses.
Just houses. Interesting. Wait, how was Bone Patrol?
Bone Patrol is so buck wild. I didn't see the one previous, which I was excited to see.
You were showing up for the famous, dick swinging dicks?
It was. First of all, I didn't know about that, so that was a fun surprise. Didn't know about anything about that, and I know I'm late to the party. But there's a lot of big dicks in the movie, and
Zombie dicks.
Zombie
in
dicks.
case anybody's worried.
Although when you see the movie, I don't want to ruin anything for everything, but debatable. There's things are happening, and there's full on.
So is that what the boneyard
goes
is?
into music videos and it's just fucking buck wild, that movie. Bone Patrol.
That seems like I feel like Buck Wild is a good review from Yorm.
Yeah, for sure.
By the way, it got a fucking 93 and 90 on Rotten Tomatoes. Bone Patrol. You Gotta see it.
It gave it 2 grades.
Audience award. Audience is
So there's
90.
tons of male frontal nudity, and it's called Bone Patrol. All right. It might be the same one I rented.
I will say, if you're going to see it, and this is a spoiler,
Yeah.
he never gets erect, and I do feel like that's a slight on the movie.
Oh, so the title is kind of like sarcastic.
And maybe that has to do with the eating the brains and everything like that.
I just think zombies are famously like not turned on by humans.
It could be that. It could be that. But there were other zombies there. They were all so naked there. So
Yeah.
So he was didn't get turned on by anybody. But having said that, a lot of blood. It would require a ton of blood to get that thing hard.
Oh, we're not talking about the gore in the movie. We're talking about the science behind getting an erection.
Yeah, with those massive hogs. So cool. What a great conversation.
All
Thank
right,
you
anyway,
for this.
next caller. Next caller, go ahead.
As long as most of the audience is 7-year-olds and grandmas, then
caller,
we're
go
doing just fine.
I know. By the way, I was like, come on, it's an adult podcast. And then you listen to our callers. It's like, I don't know if it is.
It's either 7-year-olds or grandmas. And then we're like, how much blood would it take in a zombie's death? Do zombies have blood in their bodies? Can they still get the Bone Patrol going? This is a fucking mess.
This is not a thing that like we can be like, I forgot. Literally our last 2 calls were a child and a nice old woman.
By the way, she's not 7. She was 7 when she liked SNL for the first time. She's older than that. That's why it's
not a lot
fine.
older.
Anyway, Edie, I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Well, it's because you're seeing those movies. I mean, it's crazy. Why are you seeing that, Yorm? You can't infect your brain. Just keep watching.
I didn't want to watch Zootopia 2. Like as much as I don't know. I just it was called Bone Patrol. Like, fucking, you gotta see it.
First off, it's not called Bone Patrol.
Akiva, it does this semantics. Fucking next caller, please.
We talked about Zootopia 2 already. It's great.
I agree.
They all loved it, by the way.
Also, if you guys recall, Edie's mom doesn't let her listen to the podcast.
Oh,
she just tells her about it.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Thank you, Edie's mom. All right. Shut up.
I mean, thank you, Edie's mom, although I do feel like it's kind of crazy. She's like, all right, you want to leave another voicemail for a thing you can't listen to?
Maybe, I mean, she plays our answers, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's true. Support comes from Rocket Money. Oh, Keeve, managing your money. No party.
No. I mean, I hate it.
I've signed up for some real dumb subscriptions over the years, Keeve.
Yeah, that's you. That's
me. And if you think I remember to go and cancel things I signed up for, things that renew every year, if I don't cancel them, I don't.
You know, me, Yorm, and Andy have a shared credit card for business expenses. It's like an Amex that we're all on.
Yeah.
And there will sometimes genuinely be like another subscription to Audible on it.
Yeah.
And I'll see it in our bank statement and I'll go, Yorm.
Oh, man.
Another Audible? How many Audibles do you need?
Lexi, basically one time was like, I think we pay for cable 7 different ways.
Right.
And that's very nice to be married to somebody like my wife who's very good at those things. But if you're not, Rocket Money will take care of that for you. It's a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills. You can also set budgets and goals, get personalized insights, regular reports, receive real-time alerts for large transactions, upcoming bills, refunds, and low balances. It's really helpful. Things are expensive enough without paying for the ones you don't use. So let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/island. That's rocketmoney.com/island, rocketmoney.com/island. Support comes from Vuori. Hey, Keith.
Hey, what's up?
You're a huge Vuori fan. Or I should say your wife, Liz, is a huge Vuori fan.
Yeah, but I did, between the last time we've done a Vuori ad, I did get an actual item for myself that is great, which was some sweatpants. I wish I remembered what they're called, though.
They are called Sunday Performance Joggers.
Yeah, but that's not the one I got. I got ones that were a little baggier because I prefer baggy sweatpants, and they were called like beach hang out on the beach kind of joggers or something.
All right, great. Well,
Yeah.
I think, obviously that's enough information, I think, for anybody to go to the website and try to figure out what you're talking about. And I think it shows a real authenticity to the ad read that
Yeah.
you didn't do the work ahead of time.
Yeah, well, it's genuine.
Yeah, it is genuine.
I'm not reading copy right now. I don't even have copy in front of me. I'm just in these beach sweats, just fucking chilling. It's cool to curse in the Vuori ads, right?
Totally. And I'm also going to just speak off the top of my head to say for exercise, hey, wear my favorite core short, the one short every sport. They're stylish and comfortable enough to wear all day. They're soft, lightweight, 4-way performance stretch with a breathable boxer brief liner.
Thank you for just saying that from the heart. It's like when someone gets up to make an Oscar acceptance and they rip up the paper and shove it in their pocket and go, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just going to speak from here.
Look, I have a lot of respect for the people of Vuori and the ad copy they've read, but I had to speak from the heart there.
Yeah, it meant too much. You were like, this feels rote, and I'm going to just... It's like the end of Wedding Crashers when Owen Wilson keeps pointing to his heart, and then... Yeah.
That's what just happened to me. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/island. That's VUORI.com/island. Exclusions apply. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/island and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
All right, give us another one.
What's up, three Albans and a Dave? I'm Aaron, longtime listener, second-time caller. I doubt you guys remember me because my last voice note was from all the way back to the third listener episode, so it's been a while. Probably too Winter Soldier to recall that. I asked about if loving daiquiri girl was a crime, which I guess makes me the daiquiri girl. Hold for laughter. Okay, great. Andy said it wasn't a crime, but it might be a comedy crime. So yeah, that's why I haven't called in a while, because I just got out of comedy jail. It was not as bad as I thought.
Okay.
And now hearing the new Criterion episode, I'm just glad I have somebody like the Questlove to be on my side about Daiquiri Girl, and that made me very happy. That's all I have to say, really. I don't actually have a question except for, how are you guys? Anyway, you probably won't hear from me again after another year. Love you guys. Later, Quaids.
Oh, you're definitely not going to be in comedy jail after that. Don't worry.
I like it. I mean, it is for the daiquiri girl believers. I mean, the Questlove thing was a huge breakthrough.
Yeah, they felt really vindicated.
I mean, and it ultimately, it had to be somebody like Questlove. It couldn't be like, Beck Bennett,
No, you wouldn't trust that.
It had to be somebody unimpeachable.
I thought Quest's response were so well thought out and interesting, like his take on, as with everything, like he always has an interesting take on stuff, but it was just so enjoyable to hear him speak on that. I really fucking love Daiquiri Girl too, but you knew I would. Like that's a fucking
like,
gimme.
you liking it means nothing to anyone.
Exactly.
Fair. It would be like if somebody said, like, if you were on trial for murder, and then they were like, "Don't worry, we got an eyewitness who can vindicate you," and then you're like, "Oh my god, that's great. Who is it?" And they're like, "Yorma Taccone." You'd be like, "Oh fuck."
And you're like,
I'm going to fucking jail.
oh, I'm a dead man.
I'm a dead man.
or woman.
Yeah, wake me when he falls apart on cross.
How dare you, Seth? And you know what? If you get on a murder trial, I'm not going to come to your defense now.
I'll miss you. It'd be nice if you did. That was a lovely message, and do not let us or anybody else put you in comedy jail for believing your own truth.
Thank you.
All right. Just in terms of us catching up over a week, what's happened since last time I think we were on here is that Colin Jost came into town. I'm not sure why, but it was Golden Globes weekend. I don't know if it was related to that. He sent a group text to everyone in LA saying, "Want to go to dinner? I'm going to be in town for the weekend. How about Friday night?" The people like Tim and Zach and Michael Bryan, all the people.
Solomon.
Yeah, exactly. Klein, everybody you would think that we talk about on the pod all the time, just the LA-based ex-SNL writer guys.
And I was in LA the night before. I flew in for 24 hours to see my brother for his birthday.
That's right.
And I was so jealous this dinner was happening.
Yes. And some of those people I just mentioned couldn't make it, but, we got like 5 or 6 of us and we're like, all right, we can do it. This is the thing. And we have so much trouble getting him to then follow up on his own idea to like name a time and place that ultimately Andy has to make the reservation because he's so bad. Jost is so bad at texting, even though it's his idea. And then as the night is, like I'm trying to think of the best way to put this, but I'll just skip to the end. Jost can't come.
Yeah. But Jost bailed like within an hour of a dinner he organized.
Yes. And to be fair, he was under the weather. He was in LA and he was hoping he'd feel good enough to go, I'm basing it just on his text. I didn't follow up with him after, but basically did not bail until we were already there. And we would have gone with or without him anyways, because it was an excuse to have a dinner, and it was still 5 of us. It's not like we were all there for Jost. We were
That
there for
is
each
so
other.
gangster and great. That's a
So
fucking.
then it was like maybe 10 minutes before, like some of us, I had already gone to this hotel because I saw, did you guys see I did that, a little video with Pamela Anderson because we won
Yes, it
a
was
Rotten
great. It was
Tomato
great.
Award?
Yeah.
So I had already just randomly, because she was presenting at the Globes the next day. So she was at a hotel in LA, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be leaving the house anyways. Pam, will you do this thing with me? She said, yes. I texted her. I went to her hotel and we recorded. And then I was like, wow, I have 2 hours to kill near the restaurant. So Andy came and met me. And that was honestly my favorite part of the night was me and Andy got a drink outside at this empty hotel in Beverly Hills, which is so rare that we got together and had a drink. And then the other guys met us. And then I think we were already at the actual restaurant by the time it was like, he's not coming. Well, that's it. Yeah. Oh, wait, the other detail was that just maybe 2 hours earlier, it was maybe the Bears game was that night.
Yeah.
And he texted being like, yo, I'm going to this, like, it's kind of like a Soho House. I won't even bother name dropping it, but a place in LA that's very like members only club to watch the Bears game if anybody wants to meet up there before dinner. And then maybe an hour before dinner said, hey, I'm going to call the place and see if we can make the reservation instead of 6, make it 12. Like he's bringing 6 more people from like some I don't want to name drop his name drops, but there was people that had hosted SNL that he was meeting there to watch the Bears game. Nobody knows who the extra 5 were or whatever, or 6. And then 45 minutes later, it's like, actually, it's all off. And I never and then we're like, you're sick, but you went to that club to watch the Bears game? And he's like, no, I actually never went to that. I've been in my hotel room the whole time. I thought I was going to go to that. And then I kept waiting to feel better. Like, so all of it, it went from making it 12 people to not coming.
He's the best.
I mean, the only thing that would have been better is if he invited all those people and then didn't show up.
If all 5 of them had shown up also without him, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. So work on that, Jost. Can I tell you my favorite? This is not my story to tell, but a friend of mine met Vince Vaughn for the first time. And Vince is the greatest guy. Obviously, Akiva, you've worked with him, and he's just like a pistol of a person. And Vince is on fire. They're at a bar. He's killing it in the conversation. That my friend's like fucking psyched to like meet him. And he's like, oh, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? And it's him and his friend. And he's like rum and coke, and you're a vodka tonic, right? Great, all right. Never saw him again. He's just like took their drink orders. He's gonna go get them drinks. Never saw him again.
That's
I was like,
such a great way to leave a conversation.
I'm sure he meant to.
Fast.
But I'm like,
it gets you out so fast, and it's like you're the hero.
Yeah,
and then you're just gone. Oh wow! If that was on purpose, that's a genius move.
It's a fucking great move, and I think we should all employ it.
Here's my Joe story that has happened since the last podcast.
Yeah.
What year did Taylor Lautner host SNL? Kevin Miller? I want to say like 2006
or 7, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Taylor Lautner hosted SNL, and Jost wrote a sketch called Manny Manimal. Do you remember Manny Manimal?
Ish.
No.
Manny Manimal was the man of many animals, and it was basically like it started with like cartoon type opening, like of a superhero cartoon, where he was bit by a radioactive spider, but then he like fell backwards into a tank that had a radioactive octopus, and he just keeps getting bit by different things, and so he has the power of every animal. December 2009, and then it cuts to him like stopping a bank robbery, and it's this crazy costume where it's got like a scorpion tail and like falcon wings, and it's a nutty costume that was amazing, like the SNL prop, and it was all about like how he just felt really sick all the time because there was just like too much stuff going on. But the thing about it is, the audience is super psyched by the premise. And then they're super psyched when they see the costume. But then it's like the diminishing returns of like, just like, oh, I think I might throw up.
Did this air, or was this just a dress?
No. So here's 2009. Does not air. I host October, I want to say 2017. 8 years later. He resubmits Manny Manimal for me. Once again, enough time has passed that everybody forgets, myself included, why it didn't work.
Right.
We take it to dress in my show.
Wait, same script?
I mean, I'm sure Jost would say he fixed it.
And now
Yeah,
you're
because you
Manny
can
Manimal.
go back into the computer, watch dress rehearsal, and go, okay, what went wrong?
Yes. So then, basically, I do it at dress. By the way, my show, like, not a house on fire. It wasn't like, oh, it was a great show. It was hard to get through. Like, fucking ate shit at dress. Not even considered. So you would think that's the death of Manny Manimal. Resubmitted it for Finn Wolfhard, went to dress.
Oh, no shit. Yes. I wonder what he changed again. We should watch all 3 dress and see how he
I hope nothing. I hope nothing
in like
changed.
in a we got to get him on here, which will never happen. But like in a Mondo Butts way, see how this thing grew.
It feels very Mondo Buzz.
So, but by the way, I think that's great. So kind of like an 8-year gap and then a 9-year gap. To submit a sketch that then
We're talking
cannot tell you.
We're talking 16 years
From the first one.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But also the amount of people from SNL, because I still work on the 8th floor, right? So I'm constantly running into people, like just like old script supervisors being like, Manny Manimal's back. And I'm like, I can't believe it. They're like, neither can we.
Gotta build that costume again.
So then I go down. I've never met Finn Wolfhard. And it was Thursday, I finished my show, and I walked down, and I was like, oh, I should go say hi to this dude. So I just go to his dressing room, knock on his door, and he comes out, and I'm in the hallway talking to him and his parents and his brother, just the most lovely people. And then Jost comes down the hallway, and he, I know, so he like goes, like he points at both of us like, ah. And then I say, does he know? And Jost says, yes, but I don't know what Jost thought I meant, because then I said, so, Manny Manimal. And then Jost's eyes go like wide with fear.
He's like, that's not what I'm saying he knows.
And he literally just gives me a hug and goes, no.
What did Jost mean? We don't know.
I don't know, because that was like that was the end of our interaction.
That's like a sitcom way of dealing with the problem.
It was
like
the best.
Hugging someone and saying no.
It is. You brought up an interesting dynamic, which is with the resubmits, which famously can yield great results. In the most famous being Cowbell.
Spelling Bee is another one we talk about all the time.
Yeah, those are resubmits. So it's not that it's tainted material, but you could spook a host that it is. Like, oh, that one is a failed sketch, and now I'm doing it? Why am I doing a failed sketch?
Yes.
And that's why the no's are there. That's why it's like, don't get in his head that this has been tried twice and failed both times.
You should leave the building.
It was so funny to me, like the way he backed off it. But the other great thing was... Then Finn says to his parents, like, oh, my God, he wrote this sketch called Manny Manimal. And then Finn's describing it to his very sweet parents. And, like, it is playing to silence with his parents. It was like every bellwether was an ominous omen.
Just their response is just, what else is in the show?
And then it was so delightful because about halfway, whatever, like 10:45 on, or next, it would have been earlier, like, 9:45 on that Saturday, I started getting texts from people who were watching the show being like, it's not going to make it.
Gotta wait another 8 years.
Oh, we really got to see those.
I know. Wait, Kevin sent.
Do we have a picture of you in the Manny Manimal outfit?
Oh, that's what we want. I want pictures of all 3 of you
100%.
wearing your outfits.
Who wore it best?
By the way, the first guy that they had, Taylor, was like in Twilight and had tons of muscles and could do backflips. Like he would make sense as like a Spiderman. Yeah. So it was going off of that seed of like, this kid looks like he should be cast as Spiderman.
Right. And then Seth is same thing. And then it doesn't make any sense for Finn.
Well, that is the three graph points of Taylor Lautner, Seth Meyers, and Finn Wolfhard, I think tells you that it might never have worked with anybody.
We've tried it every version.
And again, it's very good writing. Like Jost is a very good writer. And he's also crazy, and he's also stubborn, and he also cancels dinners he arranged and organized.
When they've already began.
Too late for people to not go.
God, I love that.
Wait, I'm going to share Manny Manimal real quick.
Manny Emanuel was an ordinary janitor at Seaview Radiology when one night an x-ray machine mysteriously malfunctioned. Manny was bit on the hand by a spider that had been exposed to radioactive rays. He was then bitten on the other hand by a radioactive rat which was trying to eat the spider. Then, a hawk flew in the window, right into the x-ray machine, and bit him in the face. Manny screamed, waking the owner's pet German Shepherd, which bit Manny on the leg, then ran through the x-ray machine, then bit him in the balls. Disoriented, Manny fell backwards into a fish tank, where he was bitten by a zebrafish, a box turtle, and several jellyfish. He was then ambushed by a hyena, a rabbit, a horse, some fleas, a scorpion, a butterfly, and 3 squirrels, all while a crab watched. He briefly died, but then he was given CPR by a radioactive parrot, but not before a radioactive gorilla had sex with his body. Now, he's Manny Manimal.
Wait, whoa, that's the end of Mondo Butts.
That's true. He wanted to get some of that good luck from Mondo Butts on this thing.
From the original Mondo Butts. From
The original Mondo Butts.
The first iteration.
Before it got too safe.
Yeah. You have the turtle shell on your chest.
Yeah, I have a turtle
on the
shell
wrong
on the
side.
chest. It's a really good costume. And this, also, did you notice what my actual name was before I got bit?
Oh, no, what did it say?
Manny Emmanuel?
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
So I was a janitor named Manny Emmanuel, who then got bit by many animals.
Like Spider-Man's real name was like Speedro.
His name was Spiderman.
I gotta say, my favorite part was briefly disoriented.
Everything about it's very good until it starts.
Oh,
You know what that's kind of a version of, but not in a bumping way, but just in a way, is O.J. Simpson's death or almost death in the very beginning of Naked Gun.
Yes.
When he goes into the boat and then he's getting shot and he's falling into the wedding cake and then onto wet paint and then into steps into a bear clay and then exactly. A bear trap, rather. Sorry.
Of course, that scene pales in comparison to what we just.
That was a great intro.
The best.
so then this is just you having stomach troubles and like all pain in your body, basically, for the rest of the sketch.
Yeah, just everything. It turns out when you have all those animals in you, your insides are a mess.
Like the butterfly wings.
Everything about it's good except the results. Well, I think that's a great place to wrap it up.
I'm just always going to remember everything about it's good except for the results.
I will ask Jost for a voice note about Manny Manimal.
I ask for a voice note about Manny Manuel and what happened with the dinner and with the 5 extra guests.
Yeah, okay, that's great. And that'll help flesh this out. He'll weirdly be our 4th guest.
And what he thought you were going to say to Finn Wolf and what he thought you were saying with Finn Wolfhard.
I hope he lets us keep that in. All right, you guys. Great talking to you.
Oh, wait, we have one last thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
We got to circle back. Do we want to ask Jack Black to sing us into this?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
guess
that-
so. Well, I mean,
Okay.
we already talked about it, though.
No,
we
it was
don't
the
know.
bets.
We don't know. I stopped it.
I'm on Polymarket right now, and it's, I got to say, whoever put in 12 short, you made $100.
All right.
Andy bailed 12 short.
Oh my
on
God.
the spelling
So
bee.
fucking embarrassing.
Polymarket's on fire, boys.
Wow. All right, well, by the way, I don't know if you caught it, Keeve, but it was Schur's favorite part of the podcast, Mike Schur, original Criterion Collection judge, who just was so delighted that when I teed up Yorm to say later, Arnold, Yorm said, "Take us out, Arnold."
Take us out, Arnold.
He was so delighted that Yorm couldn't remember later, Arnold.
What do we say? Wait, what do we say? Anyway, I know he's
When we're in the soup of
Look, I
recording,
know
it's
we
hard
say
to sometimes remember anything.
And then, by the way, Yorm sent us a voice note because Yorm tried to claim it was because he was on drugs. And then you admitted you read this text chain to Mari, and she was like, "Yeah, that's not drugs. That's you."
She knows me well.
All right. Love you guys.
All right.
Love you.
Later, Quaids.
No, that's his line.
Love you guys.
Keeve, will you do it?
Later, Arnold.
Later, Quaids.